Hey everybody, happy WrestleMania. Happy WrestleMania to you and your family and your friends. It's that time of the year again. I'm sweating my ass off from watching a night of excellent action or whatever. So anyway, I'll get to the WrestleMania really quickly. Brief summary of me when it comes to WWE and wrestling. I hate the WWE. I hope they go to hell, but you do have to watch WrestleMania. So anyway, I watched it and what have you, and what's it? The first match of the night was a ladder match for the IC title. It's a multi-man match. At first, it wasn't that great. It was a bunch of throwing chairs on top of each other. I meant ladders. They did the gimmick where the guy put the ladder on his head. He kind of swung it around like it was a fucking Three Stooges. I've seen that in a zillion other ladder matches. But it ended well. It ended where Wade Barrett started punching the shit out of people, and then that goat-faced fuck, he ran up there and started punching him, and then Ziggler ran up there and they started punching the shit at each other and butting each other over the, in the head, and then Ziggler was like, screw this, I'm out of here, and then the goat-faced bastard won the match. I give it 3.5 Hogan Thermos Cocks out of 5 stars. Alright, so the next match of the night was two guys I don't give a shit about. It was with Seth Rollins, more on that later, and then Randy Orton. They're in that bracket of wrestlers where, stupid Linda McMahon music, they're in that bracket of wrestlers I don't care about. You know the Edges, the Jeff Jarretts of the world, where you're kind of like, I don't care. They're good at what they do, I just don't give a shit about them. So, I didn't really watch the match. I was studying as it was happening. So, who cares? Anyway, the next match of the night was a match I did care about. It was with Sting and Triple H. And I'm a big Sting fan. I was a big WCW fan when I was a young little kid, And, boy, the WWE, holy shit. Man, are they insecure. Because they're really insecure about other competition and other companies besides them. So, one of the announcers, I swear to Christ, said like, okay, today we're going to find out if Sting is any good at all anymore, or if he ever was any good. And then Jerry Lawler was like, yeah, good point. It's like, what the fuck? So, I really wanted to see Sting win this match. And it was pretty good, and then a bunch of old farts ran in. I think at first it was DX, and then a bunch of other 50-year-old guys ran on at the NWO. And then, so anyway, what's his face? Triple H won the match, which I disagree. I think Sting should have won, but whatever. So then they did the old handshake deal, and then they shook hands, and then JBL says right before they go to another break, yay, we win again. The WWE, it really is, just really insecure as all hell, WWE, it's kind of like a rich kid having a small dick. That's what the WWE is like. It's like, what, get over yourselves. You're not that great. You know how you really are on the inside. So then the next match of the night, I think, was the women's match. I didn't give a shit. And then the next match was, what the hell was it? Oh, it was Cena versus Rusev. Cena, Russia versus America. It was a John Cena match and he won. Whatever. And then the next match after that was, no, I think they did a segment. They had a Ronda Rousey and segment. They had a Triple H, he came out and said, we're great, I'm awesome, you guys should like me. And his wife was like, yeah, we're the best. And then The Rock came out, he's like, I don't think you guys are that great. And then Stephanie was like, yeah, well, what are you going to do? Hit me? Go ahead and slap me. And he's like, I'm not going to slap you. Then he got out Ronda Rousey to come in. And this segment lasted for a straight hour. I swear to Christ. It seemed like it lasted forever. It would be like The Rock would be talking, and then he'd pause for the crowd and wait for them to cheer. I don't know, I wasn't gung-ho crazy about it. I could see if you liked it. It was fine. Ronda Rousey gingerly took down Stephanie McMahon. I think she was trying to take care of her. And then I think, oh, she also took down Triple H. That was kind of cool. It was okay. Oh, so after that match, it was The Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. And I'm a big Undertaker fan, but he did not look like The Undertaker tonight. He looked like a janitor named Mark Calloway. His hair really freaked me out during the whole entire match. Look, if you're The Undertaker, you know, and you have a big receding hairline, either shave that shit or grow it out real long. You gotta choose one of the two, or get a wig. You can't come out with custodian hairdo, you know? But I still want to see The Undertaker win. And the match went the way it should have went. I don't think this hurts Bray Wyatt at all, losing to The Undertaker. I thought it was a well done match. It was a nice feel-good little moment. And what have you. That match gets 4 Hogan's Thermos Cocks out of 5. So then the main event happened. With Brock Lesnar, the best act in wrestling, even though he's not on there much, which I kind of don't like. If you're the champion, you should be on there, in my opinion. Versus the man who is not over at all. Holy shit. Roman Reigns. Not a soul wanted to see that guy win in that arena. Or stadium, whatever the hell it was. The 49ers place. And, so anyway, it was first Lesnar was dominating him. And then it looked like Roman Reigns was going to win. I was like, oh no, he looks like he's going to win clean. Because I thought the only way they could have done it if he wins is if Paul Heyman knocks Lesnar over the head with like his old brick-sized cell phone. And then that does like a double turn. And it turns Lesnar into a good guy. And then Reigns as a bad guy. And Paul Heyman forms with him. I thought that's the only way they could have done that. But anyway, they were both beating the shit out of each other. And Reigns was really taking it to Lesnar. It looks like he was going to win. They were both knocked out at the end. And then Average Joe Seth Rollins comes out. Sorry, personal preference. I don't really give a shit about him. And used his Money in the Bank briefcase. And he knocked the both of them out. And I think he pinned Roman Reigns at the end. And I was like, I guarantee you a lot of you have probably... Look, there are Seth Rollins fans. I'm not one of them. I don't really give a shit about the guy. So I was kind of left with like this feeling after WrestleMania. I think a lot of you probably enjoyed it. Some of you internet fans out there and shit. To me, it was just okay. It had its moments. I really wanted to see Sting win, you know? At least give him respect. Not to belittle the guy on commentary. And shit like that. I thought that was really a bitch move by the WWE. I like seeing Undertaker win. That was a nice little moment. The Ronda Rousey thing was okay. I thought it went a little too long. The Seth Rollins thing, I don't give a shit. But overall, it was a good event. I think it was. If you're a WWE fan, I bet you love this show. I'm not. I hope they go to hell. I hope they go out of business, but that's not going to happen. I got to be realistic here. So I got to wrap this up. I'm probably running long. I give WrestleMania a B grade. A 7 inches of Hogan's Thermos Cock out of 12. Out of 14, actually. Hogan's Thermos Cock's probably 14 inches. So, anyway, that's my WrestleMania review. I also have new Twitter and Facebook links to go on, and they're going to be right here. That should be doing... excuse me. Had a few. That should do it. Have a good one, and tell your friends happy WrestleMania today. Even though it's really late. It's either like 12 or 1 a.m. over where you live. Alright, good night, everybody.